In this video, I'm going to share my top 5 reasons as to why you should consider moving to Jira Cloud. Hey everyone, I have a simple question for everyone. How do you ensure that your dev tickets don't stall if someone is on leave? Resolution has a simple answer. Just install their out-of-office assistant and make sure that those tickets are automatically reassigned. It's super easy, but for some reason, many people don't know about this app. Make sure you click on the link in the description below for a 20% discount. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like if you get value out of this video. And don't forget to check out the links in the description down below so that you can see all the different ways you can support the channel. I got a merch store and a Udemy course, so make sure you go check those out. All right, before we get too far into this video, I just want to let you know I am a huge user of Jira Cloud. 99% of my day is spent in Jira Cloud, and I've been doing this for the last 2 years. Now, I do have my origin stories in the server versions of Jira, so I do have an appreciation. It's not like I'm completely oblivious to this, and I do understand the concerns. I've spoken to many users, and most importantly, my partner, the Jira guy. He is basically 99% of his life is in Jira data center or server. So I am balanced here. So what I'm going to try to do is try to help you. I'm not trying to convince you, but I just want to give you my opinions and the reasons why if I was in your position, I would be seriously considering this move to Jira Cloud. So let's start off with the top 5 reasons, and the 5th one is going to be the best one. So make sure you stick around for that entire video. All right, so let's start off with reason number 1. No more manual upgrades. One of the things that I absolutely hated, and I can't stress this enough, is I hated having to upgrade Jira. Now, we were always lagging 1 or 2 versions behind what Atlassian had published, mainly for security, mainly for stability, but every time that we needed to do an upgrade, it was a chore. You had to do the checklist. You had to make sure you backed up your data. And then you do your upgrade. And then after all that, you hope that nothing broke and that Jira would come back, because you know that people were going to be knocking on Monday morning. And if you couldn't get Jira back up and running, it was not going to be good for anybody. So that level of stress magically goes away when you're in Jira Cloud, because guess what? Atlassian is always in charge of pushing all the upgrades. So your Jira is always, and I do mean always, up to date. Now, Atlassian does trickle out their features not all in one shot. It kind of has like a little ripple effect. So you don't always get the features, the new functionality the moment it's released, but rest assured that your Jira is always being updated, and eventually, over some weeks, you will get all the functionality. And that transitions us to reason number 2. With Jira Cloud, you get all the bells and whistles. Now, this is dependent on your subscription type, whether you're a standard or premium or enterprise user, but for the most part, you can rest assured that you are going to get most, if not all, the bells and whistles. Most companies that are serious with Jira, they are going to be in the premium, and the companies that are really, really serious are going to be in enterprise, and both of those tiers are going to have all the bells and whistles. So everything that Atlassian's announcing at those keynotes, things that they're announcing at various events that they host around the world, all those functionalities always come to the cloud. And if you have been paying attention to this year and last year's Atlassian's yearly conference, then you may have noticed that data center and server functionalities were kind of almost non-existent. And so make sure that if you want all the bells and whistles, if you want all the new functionality, all the new exciting stuff, AI, databases, whiteboards, all the cool stuff that comes and that Atlassian announces and that usually comes to Jira Cloud, well, guess what? You're going to have to be on Jira Cloud in order to get them. So that is reason number 2. Now let's talk about number 3. Now, reason number 3 is a personal fan favorite because, again, I used to hate, and maybe it was just my lack of IT skills, I don't know, but I used to hate having to deal with all the servers and all the firewalls and cybersecurity and doing reviews and disaster recoveries and having to do tabletop reads and all the great stuff that makes owning an application fun, right? I used to hate doing all of that. And when you move to Jira Cloud, you don't eliminate it. The risk is still there, but it's mitigated significantly. Atlassian, when you're in Jira Cloud, takes on the majority of that responsibility. Now, you still are on the hook, right? You still own this application, theoretically, right? And so you're still on the hook for ensuring disaster recovery and just great cybersecurity policies. But most of it, as far as like any hacks or any vulnerabilities, no more CVEs for you. Those are all managed and handled by Atlassian behind the scenes, completely invisible to you. They're still being worked on. There's still going to be cybersecurity threats, but Atlassian is taking the responsibility there, right? And now you still have the ability to do backups and restorations and do disaster recovery planning. Make sure you check out one of our sponsors, Rewind, as they offer those kind of services. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check out Rewind. But in general, all of that security stuff is mitigated out and you don't have to worry about it. Are you assigning issues to people on PTO? Without a vacation calendar inside of Jira, your tickets can stall out for weeks. Don't let your Agile delivery stall because somebody's on PTO. Resolution has the perfect solution for Agile teams of all sizes with their out-of-office assistant app for Jira. Fix your current workflows by appointing backup owners and ensure throughput doesn't stall when team members are away on vacation or holiday. Check out the out-of-office assistant in the Atlassian Marketplace and get a 20% discount with the code in the description below. Let's go over to reason number 4. When you move to Jira Cloud, it's so much simpler to maintain. When you're on the on-premise versions of Jira, you have to have your Jira administrators, but your Jira administrators can't just be Jira administrators. They have to be system IT administrators, right? They need to know how servers work. They need to know how databases work. They need to know Postgres. They need to know firewalls. They need to know how to open ports and how to secure your network and how to do all the network aspects of it, right? There's a lot of IT high technical skill sets that are required when you're on an on-premise version of Jira. Well, that kind of goes away when you go to Jira Cloud. Again, not completely eliminated, but your Jira admins can focus on, guess what? Being a Jira admin. So they only have to really worry about all the configurations within the bubble of Jira. So that maintenance significantly goes away because in the cloud, guess what? You're never having to worry about a firewall, although you do have something like IP whitelisting, but it's super easy. And you never have to worry about touching the database or doing a backup or taking snapshots or having to restore from your backup, or you never have to worry about corrupt data because guess what? It's all worried by Atlassian. It's all taken care of by Atlassian. So from your perspective, it does make it simple. And the reason number 5, and probably the most important reason, that is you don't have a choice. If you're on the server version of Jira, you have 2 options. You move to a data center version or you move to the cloud. Now, if you are really, really needing to own your data, then the data center version is going to be basically your only bet. But for everybody else, if you can afford it, then moving to the cloud is going to be your better bet. Now, obviously, you and your company are going to have to decide what's best for you and your team, but just know that I've been using Jira Cloud again for 2 years, and it really is a different experience. I teeter-totter between the two every once in a while. I probably go into it once or twice a month into the data center or on-premise versions of Jira. So again, I'm not completely oblivious to what's going on over there. I just don't use it as much, mainly because I focus on Jira Cloud, right? And so all the training, everything that you've seen in my channel is usually mostly in Jira Cloud. And again, no hate. I don't have any specific hate or bias towards one or the other. I just know that from an end user perspective, this one's easier. Now, I do empathize with people that are on server, and mainly because you've been on there for so long, and I appreciate all the customizations and all just the sheer amount of data that you have, right? The complexities of the system that you've created. It's not always a binary, here we go, we're going to move to the cloud or we're going to go to data center, right? It always takes some effort to make sure you get this right. So again, I just wanted to make sure that I let you know that, again, I empathize with you if you are on server and you know that the end is near. Not sure what I can do to help you, but other than I just wanted to create this video to let you know, here's my 5 reasons, right? And obviously, it's going to come down to you, your team, your budgets, and where do you see your usage of Jira in the future. But at least hopefully this way, if you're maybe this is the first time that you're hearing about it, maybe this is the first time that you're like, should we consider Jira Cloud or not? Well, hopefully this video at least gives you a little bit of a guide and an understanding of what are the benefits that you do get with going with Jira Cloud. Now, I will tell you, for full disclosure, there's one significant drawback, and that is the price. When you are going to Jira Cloud, the price is way more expensive, in my opinion, but you also get the ability to not have to worry about so many things, right? And so you are going to pay a price to have all the features, to have that mitigated cybersecurity risk, right? And so you get a little bit of benefit for that significant increase in price. It's a hard bullet to swallow because, again, you've probably been on Jira Server for 15, 20 years, right? And so I understand it's going to be a hard one, but hopefully this video helps you. If you've ever assigned dev issues to someone who is on vacation, remember that the out-of-office assistant for Jira is there for you, and it is incredibly easy to set up and use. It has integrations with Slack and Tempo, and you can connect to Outlook or Google Calendar using Zapier. So you don't even have to maintain any dates. Super easy to use. Try it out today and get 20% off by using the promo code in the description down below. I bet it won't disappoint you. And if it does, make sure you smash that subscribe button, make sure you smash that like button. And don't forget to check out the links in the description down below, as I now have a paid course that's available on Udemy, so go check that out. Especially if you're new to Jira Cloud and you kind of want to know what's going on, that video is going to be perfect for you. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need